Hi.
Hello.
We're singing Canadian Canada, or
Hmm.
okay,
Yeah.
cool. Oilers against the Leafs tonight. Bet you guys are excited.
The Oilers against the Leafs.
Yeah,
You know what I don't understand? Why are they called the Leafs? Leafs instead of the Leaves, like is how it actually is spelled.
here's what I don't understand: chicken and waffles.
Chicken and waffles are delicious. Did you try them yet?
No, I still didn't get them.
You need to.
I still don't get it though. Like,
It's just
it's
delicious.
literally the worst thing in the world, probably. So, because I haven't tried them, so I have no idea what they call them. They're probably the most hated team in Canada, anyways. So,
But you know who's not the most hated team is the Chicago Cubs.
yeah, these guys are playing some sports ball.
I don't really like baseball, but I kind of want the Cubs to win just because it would make for a better like story.
Yeah.
hmm
Although the Indians winning would be a big deal too because they're both really terrible teams that never win, but the Cubs more so.
Well, we do have someone that's from the Cleveland region, maybe in the audience. So
Who? If you're talking about Hunter,
no, I'm mixing it with Cincinnati.
Cincinnati's on
Forget
the
about
other
Cleveland.
side of the state, man.
Hmm. My American geographics are subpar. I'm probably down there in like geographic skill, like right next to like Trump or something.
So are we talking about a thing tonight?
Yeah.
Sure. So how can you see who's watching and stuff? Do you have to like have the YouTube channel loaded or something? How do you do that? All right.
Just click on the YouTube link and that's where I chat.
I don't see a YouTube link. Did you put it in Twitter?
Yeah.
Oh, Twitter. Okay.
Okay, so I'm guessing I need to stop playing Pokemon trading card game.
I just stopped playing Eternal Darkness.
I just started playing Eternal Sunshine of the Mario. Eternal Mario Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. There we go.
Yeah?
Yes.
Cool.
That's a game that exists.
I was thinking about calling it Eternal Darkness of the Sanity's Requiem.
Eternal Spotshine of the Mario's Mind. There we go.
Talking about Eternal Darkness, I'm excited.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, in any other context, that would sound really creepy and dark.
In any other context.
Any other context.
But this
If I didn't know you were talking about video games. Eternal Darkness.
Meh.
Yep.
I guess I'm ready
So I got-
whenever
Oh,
you guys are.
But
Ooh.
Hunter
Alright.
said he was going to come here. He's going to watch.
Oh, look at that. Oh.
Quick, John,
John.
what's a thing in Pokemon to buff your stats? Is there something called a stat buffer?
That's not a thing.
That's not a thing?
No, you can drink like spring water, right? Isn't that a thing?
No, that's for
That's for what? Oh no, is John Christ?
Oh, does it have a name? Is it actually called Christ?
Yep. Vitamin.
Vitamins. Yeah.
That's really... Huh. John, come back.
John, come back. He's gone forever.
John, come back.
I gotta take a screenshot of this and post it on Twitter.
Of what?
Of the amount of time that I played Jet Set Radio.
Did you play a lot?
The opposite.
I beat the demo.
That's better than I did.
You didn't get past the first level?
I didn't get past the tutorial.
Is that because of time?
It's a combination of time and then not being able to like hook an Xbox controller up to my computer very easily.
Oh.
It just the controller settings wouldn't work and stuff. So it's kind of disappointing too because I suggested that we play it and everything, and I barely even touched it. I did listen to the soundtrack in the car on the way home, and that was a bright spot. So Twitter.
Excuse you. Probably going to be burping throughout this whole thing.
Who's editing? Am I editing?
I don't know.
Or John? I don't know.
I don't remember who's after me. Might be you.
I think it is. I don't remember.
What are you laughing at?
Nothing. What are you laughing at?
Nothing?
Okay, then that works out well. Gosh dang it, Bob.
$14 minutes.
Where's John? Where did John go?
I don't know.
All right, so I guess I can share my screen in the meantime, and we can get this party started.
What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Make our dreams come true.
Share my screen. Screen share.
Oh.
Let's see how this runs while I'm sharing my screen. It's probably going to be terrible. Can you hear that?
No.
Okay.
John!
Yeah, sorry.
You're Chrising out on us.
I have no idea why. Kind of just... It was like just Google for a while. Like I just couldn't reach Google for some reason. You guys can hear me, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Hi. Okay, you're back. I'll turn off.
Please don't, like, show myself on myself. Chris, how are you showing your GameCube on the TV?
It's not a GameCube.
And
Doesn't
it's
this
not
look
a TV.
good, though? Like, it actually... I don't remember GameCubes looking this good.
Well, they're mostly square.
GameCube can look pretty good, so...
Yeah.
See
Okay,
what a
let me turn that
GameCube
off.
looks like right here.
Yeah. Maybe you just don't know what a GameCube looks like.
I have
Yeah.
a GameCube. Oh, you have the Game Boy Advance adapter?
Yeah, man. Wouldn't leave home without it.
That's pretty cool. Yeah. I have a Wii that plays GameCube games. I used to have a GameCube. I don't anymore.
All right, let's get this party started.
All right, let me stop sharing my screen.
All right, audience, aka Allie and Hunter, feel free to tell us things, and we might say them on air.
Tell us like it is.
Feel free to chime in with your opinions about things.
Can't guarantee we'll care. We'll try.
Well, you know,
Try to-
we've got 2 Sega fans in the audience, right?
Oh man.
Okay, that works.
Holy cow! Chicago's leading 3-0. Yes.
Is that the hockey game?
No, Chicago
Yes.
Cubs. You hooligan.
Oh, gotcha.
Chris. I'm
All right.
disappointed.
And it's only the first inning. Jeez. Okay, we're gonna make history.
Chicago doesn't play until 8:30.
Chicago's playing right now. I don't know what you're
It's
talking about.
8:30 right now.
The Lightning is leading 3-0 though.
That's good. I think I'm in a fantasy league hockey fantasy hockey league with Jason and Pierre and Wally, and I think I checked it like once before the season started, and I haven't checked it again. So I probably should do that
All right.
sometime.
I'm hitting record. I don't know
Yeah,
about
I'm
you.
recording.
I don't know about you, chumps.
I'm recording. I've been recording for a while.
Okay, you ready to clap?
Yep.
All right, no going back. 1, 2, 3.
Cool.
What do you think, Mr. Editor?
John, am I editing? Is this my turn or is it yours?
I think it's yours.
Okay, I think so too. All right, cool. Yeah, that's fine. Whatever.
That's dedication
Okay.
right there.
Yeah, that's fine. Whatever. Cut, print. Welcome to episode 5 of Rocket Pants. I will be your host tonight, Alex. Joining me is Chris, not another Alex, like I said before, and John. And in the audience, we have Mr. Eric Hunter, a former guest on Rocket Pants. Actually, former and possibly future. We're not going to say no to bringing him back. And also, Miss Allie. Hello, audience. What say you? Co-hosts, what say you?
I just want to point out that if I do have like one wish to bring someone back, there's a good chance Eric Hunter will be like in the top choices.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. I was thinking that too. I was actually thinking about having Allie as a guest too, and we could like come up with this cool segment where we criticize like the writing in video games because she's an English teacher.
Yeah. So we're gonna
So.
bring her after hours of her work.
And make her talk about work.
Make her talk about work. That's a great idea.
Yeah, she'll love it.
Sure she will.
Yeah, and thank you, Alex, because I don't always listen, and I'll ask you guys if you do too, but I don't normally listen to the episodes, especially not the ones that I edit, but if you guys edit, sometimes I will because you put in some funny stuff every now and then, but I listened to the episode, the last one, and you didn't say my name. You said your own name twice.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with that.
Yeah.
I said I'm joined by Alex and John and Alex and
Yeah.
Allie.
You were so excited to talk about the people in the audience that you forgot about me.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Maybe you were just salty because your name isn't in Thomas Was Alone.
Yeah, that was it. Residual
Bitterness.
bitterness.
For the record, I think like Ali and Eric are experiencing lag, so I'm pretty sure Google's got something up tonight.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe like Google, the Google supervisor is watching baseball instead of like hitting the machine with his broomstick.
Is that how Google runs? They just have a guy sitting there with a broomstick hitting it?
Well, from what I understand, they did move like the broomstick to fiberglass broomsticks, like, but I think they canceled that.
No. The Google Fiber is on hold for now. Did you hear?
Oh,
So
that's
Google Fiber is actually just what the broomstick is made out of.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure a good old wooden broomstick is going to do the job, so.
Why not? So do you guys listen to the podcast after we've recorded it?
Not as much as I used to.
Yeah, I used to do it on the last season, but not this one.
I don't really have a space to listen. Like, I don't have a commute.
Yeah.
I just don't have time.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can play. I might do it once I can play on my commute,
Hmm.
but I'm just like getting busier and busier with work, so podcasts and like talk stuff is too much for.
Well,
for
it's
working.
not. I shouldn't say it's not just our podcast. It's any podcast. I just don't have time
Yeah.
to sit down and listen to 30 minutes or an hour of content.
Yeah,
Mm.
that's the only, I hate my commute because I commute like an hour and a half each way. And I hate that. But if anything, it does give me the opportunity to just kind of zone out and listen to music or listen to podcasts or whatever. So I have time sometimes. I don't always do it though.
Yeah. That's what happens.
So, what have you gents been playing for more than 14 minutes this week?
So you want to start, John, or should I?
Well, you played 14 minutes of something, so I'm hoping you have like more of information to.
Yeah, so I played more than 14 minutes of something, but the 14 minutes is of something that we're going to discuss later. So I may not have too much to add to that conversation, but I didn't. I spend too much time playing Overwatch. Obviously, the Halloween stuff ended yesterday, I think, and so I have been playing more Overwatch than I should because you get special Halloween stuff like skins and stuff. So now that that's over, I'll probably be a little bit more diverse in what I'm playing. But because it was Halloween recently, because when we're recording this, it's November 1st, so Halloween was yesterday. And that's a big deal. In my house, we really like Halloween and we go all out. And so we were trying to do like some spooky stuff and watch some scary movies and stuff. And then I started playing Eternal Darkness, Sanity's Requiem on the GameCube.
Of the Mario Sunshine mind.
Eternal Darkness of the Sanity's Requiem, starring Jim Carrey. Yeah, as Augustus. Yeah, but it's good. No, Pius Augustus. Eternal. I don't know. It's good. Eternal Darkness is pretty cool. I haven't gotten very far, maybe an hour or so. And that includes like watching all the cutscenes and stuff. Actual game time has been like 20 minutes, but there's some pretty decent lengthy cutscenes and stuff.
Did you reach the bathtub scene?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm going to continue playing it. It's pretty good. The music is pretty spooky.
The weird thing about Eternal Darkness, and I think it's pretty much the only game that does that, is the worse at it you are, the more interesting it becomes.
What do you mean?
Because of the hallucinations. Because basically that's like the original mechanic of the game, but you won't really get that much if you're just like good or halfway decent, which I'm not, which is why I love the game.
Yeah.
Because I really suck at it.
Yeah, I haven't gotten really that far into it. I went, obviously you start out, you go to your grandfather's house or whatever, and you have like that whole scene with the woman, and then you find the secret room with the book, and then you go back in time or something, and that's where I'm at now. So it's pretty good. The voice acting is pretty spot on. I think it's actually not bad, and the cutscenes are pretty good. And it's kind of I don't remember how good GameCube looked because I thought at the time the GameCube was less powerful than like the PlayStation 2 and the Xbox. And no, it wasn't more powerful?
It was more powerful than the PlayStation 2, but not as powerful as the Xbox.
No, the Xbox was a beast, but I think the video was pretty good on the GameCube too.
Yeah, because this one, gosh, I mean, and I was thinking
480p, man.
Yeah. And some of the other stuff I've been playing too, and granted, it's on the Dolphin emulator, and I'm sure there's a lot of like back end stuff they do to optimize it and upscale it and all that stuff. But it just a lot of it looks really, really good. So, but yeah, Eternal Darkness is pretty cool. The sound, like I don't know if you would call it music, but when you're walking through that mansion in the very beginning, it's like there's somebody kind of like whispering to you the whole time and talking, and it's some of it you can comprehend, and then other parts of it is just kind of quiet and incomprehensible. So I like it. I'm gonna
to be like pretty spooky for real. Like it's the kind of game I wouldn't play alone, to be honest. Like when I was a teen, I wouldn't play that game alone. I wouldn't like admit it myself, but I really didn't want to play alone.
So one thing that I noticed, and I've only played for like an hour, so I don't know how it's gonna play out. But at the very beginning, you don't have any weapons. You're just walking around a mansion, and it's kind of spooky. It's almost kind of like a Resident Evil game or something. But then you go back in time and you're the Roman centurion guy, and you have a sword and you're cutting up skeletons and stuff. So it kind of changes. I don't know if it goes back and kind of gets scary, but as the Roman centurion, it becomes more like an action game than like a horror game. So
Do you want to explain or somewhat spoil?
Not that one. That's not the link.
Hey, I'm there.
That's not the link you're supposed to share. It's not the link you're supposed to share.
Are you recording?
Well,
We're gonna
this
have
is the
to
only-
clap again.
it's the only link I could think of.
No, that's not the link. Hold on. Let's see if I can find it. It should be on your Google Plus page. So whoever owns the Google Plus page for Rocket Pants.
Last time we checked the Google page on though.
A for effort.
Sure.
damn it, this is going to be so hard to edit.
You probably won't get Eric's track.
No.
Yeah. Sorry, man.
Well,
Nice to
I
see
thought
you.
he could-
Hi.
See, that's
thought
the
you
thing
could
I
just-
am always recording. That's.
I thought you could just watch Muted, you know?
I mean, yeah, sure.
How's the kid? Okay, fine. He won't talk. Sure, the kid's fine.
The kid's totally fine. So yeah.
Oh, here's the thing.
Oh, hey there. That's our first kid on the show to be like. We've reached.
I think we've had my kid on the show
No,
before.
you're right. You're right. You do.
I've
have
got kids. You know that.
Oh man, I keep forgetting because I imagine like the police showing up at your place.
Okay, so you want to hear a story? I'm going
ahead.
to take us off topic a little bit, but I might include this in the episode because I think it's just the best. So again, yesterday was Halloween. We took our kids trick-or-treating around the neighborhood, and because there was going to be nobody at home to actually pass out candy, we left a bowl of candy out on the front porch. And it wasn't a bowl, it was a bucket. And it wasn't a bucket, it was a limited edition Jurassic World popcorn bucket that we got at the movie theater. So we put a sign on it that said, please take one piece of candy. And I think that if we had just left a bucket without a sign, it would have been fine. But because we left a sign, people were spiteful or something. And so 15 minutes later, we come home, and the sign is in the yard, and the bucket and the candy are gone. Well, on our walk back to the house, there was a suspicious group of children walking past us, and I saw the direction they were going, and I assumed they were the ones that took my bucket. And so we got in the car because we were going to a party, and I saw the children, and I stopped the car, and I got out, and I yelled at the kids, and I said, you need to give me my bucket back. No, what did I say? I said, if you're going to steal my candy, at least give me my bucket back. That's limited edition. And then they gave me the bucket but kept all the candy.
Oh,
Hunter, try that link I just sent you.
They actually stole your bucket.
They stole the bucket and the
You
candy.
didn't catch like the wrong kids.
No,
Oh man, that story would have been 10 times better if you
if
would.
they were the wrong kids and I just harassed some children.
That's the link. That's the one you
assumed
said.
they were winners.
Is that better, Hunter?
Yeah, that's the link that you send out, so that we shouldn't be experiencing any lag.
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
I think that you being on this call is causing lag. Now that I think about it,
Probably.
Oh, it's my fault.
Always.
It's your fault.
it's not helping.
Go figure.
I'm just going to
Nice.
play elevator music for
Nice
this
thing
whole
you-
section.
I'll take my answer off the air.
That'd be great. We should do that. We should have like a call-in show, and then we should invite people into the Hangouts, into the whatever, and then let them ask their question, and then they'll say that, and then we can boot them out, and then answer the question.
You know, we could do like the beginning of the show and have someone join after like halftime to talk about the game we're talking.
Yeah.
I mean, some
That's a
people
thing,
only
too.
played 14 minutes, so might as well go and get more content about it.
Okay.
Hey, do you want to clap again, Chris? You want to clap?
No,
Wanna
I'm
help you?
including all of this. So it's
Oh.
fine. We don't need to clap.
It's your choice.
Okay.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
So, what game have you been playing for more than 14 minutes, John?
I've been playing a little game called Persona 4 Golden.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
is
I'm
that on
back
the
at
is it on the
being.
Vita?
Yeah, it's on the I'm playing it on a PS TV.
Oh, cool.
So I'm back to being like a high school kid, having relationships just so I can become stronger, and arguing with people on the internet who the best waifu is.
Is that part of the game or just something that you now do because you play this game?
I mean, you don't have a choice. You join that community, and that's what you have to do. Like, it's very important that you define like your boundaries, and it's philosophical. It's really more important than you really see the legitimacy behind the just saying. It's pretty weird, but anyway, I'm not at the point where I'm dating anyone in that game. But that's what really that's what kind of fun and weird about Persona. It's really like 50% of the time a dating sim, and the other 50% of the time like just dungeon crawling where you just mash buttons and basically like hit the weakness of your enemies like constantly. So and it's funny that Hunter I think was here because I think he tried Persona 4 back in the day. And he fell like on 20 minutes of cutscene in the beginning, and it's more close to like probably like 1 hour where you can't really do anything. But that's pretty much like the whole game. It's just dialogue choices. So
That sounds good. I kind of prefer that stuff now. I prefer there to be like a 2-hour cutscene followed by 15 minutes of gameplay followed by a 2-hour cutscene.
but it's really long. Like it's really freaking long.
If you can pause it and like fast forward and rewind and stuff, that'd be cool. I don't know if do games do that?
Yeah, you can backtrack on the dialogue and skip cutscenes. You can do all of that, even if you've never really finished it.
That
And
helps.
there's like an easy mode, and it's funny because I think Jonathan Higgins tried this like for the first time. Because there's a kind of a Majora's Mask mechanic where you have to like save people before a certain time, and the time is determined contrary to in Persona 3 that I played before. It's like every month. Like someone gets trapped in the dungeon thing, you save them every month, and your limit is like the 30th. You need to go in and save that person if you haven't already. Well, Persona 4, it's linked with the weather. So like one of the things you have to do is check the weather report every day to make sure that you're not like over evaluating when the end is going to be. So it's kind of a go on.
Well, it's based on your actual like clock in your PS TV or whatever.
No. There's a weather report like in the game. It's scripted.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
It's scripted, but like you do link with your own world for some reason. Like, oh, there's a lot of fog this morning, and that makes you think about Persona 4 because it's something that's relatable. That and dating teenage girls in high school. So
so the truth comes out. Okay.
no, I don't do that.
So so there's Persona 4 Portable, right? And there's Persona 4 Golden. What's the difference?
No, Persona 4. Wait.
Seems like there's a lot of Persona 4s.
There's a Persona 4 on a PS2. There's a golden version, I think. That's an upgrade or a remake. No, wait. Persona 4 is on the PS2. Persona 4 Golden is on the PS Vita. But there's Persona 3 on I don't know what console. I think it's there's
Probably
like
PS2.
2 on the PS2. One is a remake. But there's Persona 3 Portable on the PSP.
Gotcha.
It's interesting, honestly. Like the narrative is kind of cliche. Sometimes it makes me like really uneasy for some parts of it. But no, it's really there's good dialogue. It's well written. The characters are like more relatable than Persona 3. Like Persona 3, the feeling I had is like I have to build relationships with people so that my basically summons become stronger. But the people I had to make relationships with in Persona 3 were all very terrible, bad, terrible people that I forced myself into relationships to. Now they're, I don't know, kids. So, guess it helps. That's
Cool.
about it. I also deleted Hearthstone off my phone. I'm off.
Yeah.
That must have been tough for you.
It wasn't really that much. It's kind of getting annoying.
Yeah.
It's not really getting annoying, but it's always been like Hearthstone. It's Hearthstone is pretty good right now for people who want to dive in for the first time, because they changed a couple of stuff like the quests so that you don't have to win as many games to get your gold.
Oh, really? Okay, cool.
So like before you had to win like maybe getting quests for gold is like win 2 games with priest or something like
Right.
that. Now it's play 30 priest class cards.
Oh, cool. That's easier.
So you don't have to win. You can just play them and you're going to get your gold.
Right.
But the way I played is I don't want to play like the normal games because people keep using the same decks and it annoys me to no end. So I've been playing Arena, which is like drafting cards and doing random decks.
Yeah.
But when you do that, like you play ultimately less class cards. So the quests were even longer to do. So kind of what drove me off. And that's about it. Alex, your turn.
John, hello.
Hi.
I played a game.
Mm-hmm.
I played for the first time in I don't know how long Animal Crossing New Leaf.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I know you guys are not very big on Animal Crossing, especially John,
What
but
makes you say that?
because last time I brought it up, you're like,
No, I wouldn't do that. I'm playing a freaking visual novel in high school.
What else is new?
Like, come on. You can.
I've never played Animal Crossing. That probably doesn't surprise you guys, but I would try it. It doesn't sound terrible.
it's not
It's like
terrible.
Harvest Moon, right?
Minus the farming and minus relationships.
So no, not at all. It's like Call of Duty minus the guns.
Yeah. It's like Super Mario Brothers, except you can't jump.
Oh, okay.
No, it's pretty much just a collect things type of game.
Never mind.
You
Not going to touch it ever.
not a platformer.
Okay.
Not a platformer. Like you have to improve your town, and by improving, you have to help people and fish and get bugs and chop down trees and collect fruit and make all kinds of money and then make improvements to your town that way.
So it's an escort
So-
mission minigame.
Yeah.
Like an escort mission collection.
I guess.
Just kidding.
So it's like Sim City.
Yeah, SimCity. If you
But there's
Yeah.
a fishing minigame, right? Isn't there?
yeah,
Okay, so it's like Persona 4.
So it's like Legend of Legaia.
it's just like Legend of the River King.
Cool.
Oh, neat. Okay.
Sega Bass Championship fishing.
But the game is played in real time, unlike most other games. And I had been away from my village for about a year, and the villagers know when you're not there. And I thought, what?
I was just saying, how can they know if you're there or if they're all dead?
You don't feed them; they feed themselves.
Oh, okay.
But some of them will move away; they'll get hurt. That you don't talk to them. And apparently, nobody else cleans up the town, but you, the mayor. So there's like weeds overgrowing the city, and people complaining that the town's a mess and
Yeah.
nothing's happening.
I expect the mayor of my town to go and pull weeds.
Yeah, well, it's got kind of a weird, really weird economical system because like the mayor is in charge of like, I wouldn't say all the money, but like in charge. The mayor himself is in charge of raising all the money and then spending all the money unilaterally. Yeah. So like if I decide to build a public works project, like say the cafe I want to buy, I set out a donation box and I'm the only one who puts money into the donation box. Yeah. It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
But I mean it's a game. I'm thinking like real life, not game life. But I was able to. I had like 300,000 bells saved up in the ATM to build my cafe. So I've got a cafe, and I'm back in semi full force, and not everybody's mad at me, which is nice.
So
Let's get. Go
What?
ahead.
I was gonna say you leave them for a year. They're all mad at you. The town's overgrown. You come back and say, "Okay, I'm sorry. Here's a cafe," and now everybody loves you again.
Yeah, and I cleaned up the weeds.
Did you feel hurt? Did they hurt? Did the villagers hurt your feelings, Alex? That's what I want.
Well, I really only talked with one, and she said, "Oh, well, you've been away for a long time. Where you been?"
Okay. Man, they're not even good at shaming you. They're useless.
Right.
I mean, I don't know. I'm designing a game where people like really, really shame you good.
Well, the old one for GameCube, it was like if you didn't play it for a month, like people would move away, everybody would move away, and there'd be like a million weeds, and then you'd come back and get hit over the head.
Mm. Have you guys seen on Twitter like the people, the guy who posted like a really long letter he found in a car that was parked?
I saw that, but I didn't read the letter.
Okay. So the guy goes into a huge backstory of how his father and grandfather was sick, and that he should like take care of his body and take care of himself so that he doesn't fall sick. And he's like, I've been following his advice, and so the letter is like 500 words long. And the end was like, I followed his advice, and it was the best thing that ever happened to me, but it was all in vain because your parking made me sick. See, that's proper shaming.
They need to
Well,
do that in
They should like do that. They should like you go away for a year. They make a tutorial, a really sarcastic tutorial to make you feel bad about leaving. Like they re-explain the game over again and say like, well, you would have known that if you kept around for a week.
Well, do you guys know who Rossetti is, the character?
Oh, I do know who Rossetti is.
Do you, Chris, know who Rossetti is?
I know
Who's
from Smash
Rossetti?
though.
He is a recurring character in the Animal Crossing series. If you quit without saving, he will visit you when you turn your game back on and verbally abuse you for not saving the game. And I think John's got a point. Like if you just went away for a month or a year, he could come back and say something, or his brother. I mean, Rossetti's for resetting. That's the joke. You know, his brother, long time way guy.
Long time way guy.
Absentee.
Yeah, absentee. His brother absentee could tell you, you know, well, the town's gotten along pretty well without you. You would have known how to make a thriving economy if you'd have been here, but we booted you out as mayor.
Just like I love like something really passive aggressive, like for a whole week until people like forgive you or something.
Yeah,
I like when
their,
games do that. There's a couple that do that kind of stuff, like you've been gone for a long time, or like things that change the way. Like there's those games where you die once and then the game like you have to like uninstall the game. You can't restart it.
right.
That kind of stuff's cool.
See, but that's like kind of too much, though.
The thing I think Animal Crossing really needs, and as of the recording, there's a Nintendo Direct tomorrow, so maybe this will be included, but I doubt it. It needs a bomber's notebook.
Oh, what?
It really does. A bomber's notebook, you know, from Majora's Mask.
Okay.
There's almost no way of
I
tracking your
have no
progress.
idea. Okay.
Like
You
random
need, like,
villager
a checklist?
checklist, yeah, but
A Google
villagers will
calendar.
what?
A Google Calendar.
A Google
Well, something
Calendar.
like you need something in game. Villagers will
something
ask you to do
automatic.
stuff.
Yeah.
And villagers will say, "Meet me here at 8," or "I really would like to get this type of butterfly or this type of fish," and the game expects you to just commit that to memory. there's nothing in game that says
Oh, okay.
so and so
I see.
likes this type
So
of thing.
Hmm.
Yeah, so and so likes this type of thing, or meet this person at this place.
Yeah.
And if you don't meet
That
them,
sucks.
they'll get really upset. So, Bomber's Notebook, make it happen, Nintendo.
Yep.
They make a lot of things happen.
Well, you and the Captain make it happen.
Oh, hey, did you guys see that they announced that the Wii U is, I guess, ceasing production like tomorrow?
Mm-hmm.
They're still going to sell it, but I guess they're just not making any new ones.
You pretty much have probably some in stock already
Oh, yeah.
for a couple of months, couple of weeks. So they're gonna do a bundle. We need to watch Black Friday. Black Friday is coming up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've already got a Wii U, so
So you guys
I've got half of a Wii U.
they won't sell spare parts, Chris.
I know, they won't. And it was a huge mistake. I hope that they've learned their lesson and they are not as silly when it comes to the Switch, that they don't lock it down as much and they'll sell like individual components and stuff.
I'm pretty sure I heard that they were gonna sell the dock, like not separately, but they're gonna make it separately. But like the difference is this time the dock is just a dock.
Right, yeah, it does nothing other than just kind of charge it and display it on your TV.
Yeah, whereas the Wii U with the gamepad was like two consoles. Basically.
right.
Yeah.
So your mistake was trying to buy one.
Yeah, my mistake was trying to get a deal on one, thinking that, oh, I could buy this super cheap, half of a console and then just go get the other half from Nintendo or on Amazon. Nope, doesn't work like that.
That's
Oh well.
Right,
you buy
guys.
like a Chinese ripoff or
No, they're region locked.
oh, but like they're made in China anyways.
Are they made in China or are they made in Japan?
Doesn't matter.
I don't know.
I mean, I buy tons of these stuff in China. I think. Pretty
Yeah.
sure. Were you sending us to the music break, Alex?
Yeah, I was.
Okay, go ahead then.
Time for the music break, everyone.
I like how you have that power. Like, you know what? I'm done with your conversation. It's time for a music break.
That's the kind of thing Mr. Breaky would say.
Yeah.
Mr. Breaky.
Mr. Breaky.
Hey, did you guys get that Humble Bundle?
No.
Oh dang! I
It's
really
got
didn't want to spend on the Humble Bundle, but this one's pretty freaking great.
the one with Chroma Squad.
No, the Day of the Dev one.
Oh, I don't think that one's up anymore. It's like there's one that's called like the classics or something, and then there's one where it's like productivity software. Jonathan disappeared, and I think Alex did too.
I'm here.
Alex is here. Jonathan disappeared though. Just don't stop recording.
Don't stop recording.
Hold on to that Audacity file.
Huh. Mr. Rossetti's brother is named Don Rossetti. That's lame.
Don Rossetti.
Yeah, his name is Sonny Rossetti, and then there's Don Rossetti.
Oh.
Oh. John, come back. This is crap.
Is it?
That's what John said.
Yeah. Jonathan Ali.
Yep.
You're still here. You're here, and your also other person is here.
I guess so.
Two of
I don't know.
them.
I think it just falls and say server temporarily unavailable, and that's when I loaded like Humble Bundle. So I'm wondering if that's the case.
Your audio track is still going.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's not. It's really not my computer. It's my ISP. I changed it like last week. And they're supposed to be adequate. But
So should
pretty
we
bad,
just
yeah.
power through and try to finish up then?
Yeah.
Okay.
We can try that. I mean, you did like review the game in 14 minutes, so I guess we can power through in a short time.
I've got thoughts. I've got things to say.
So yeah, the Day of the Dev Humble Bundle. It's
Yeah,
like
that's-
Luminosity, Broken Age, Titan Souls,
What?
Massive Chalice, Oxenfree, Grim Fandango Remastered, and Day of the Tentacle Remastered.
What? Oh yeah, Day of the Devs. There you go. Broken Age and Titan Souls, and I've not played Lumino City, but Broken Age is good. And I've heard Oxenfree was really good.
It's
Cool.
interesting. So
I might check that out. I got the Gems bundle because I wanted to play Chroma Squad.
yeah.
Because that's like the RPG. It's like a tactics style RPG where you play as like Power Rangers kind of thing.
Okay.
Which is neat.
Have you guys like seen Humble Boy reviews or videos or stuff?
What is it?
Owl Boy.
I've heard about that actually.
Because like the way people are talking about it, it's freaking fantastic.
Yeah. I heard about that. It looks kind of cool.
Yeah.
First time I heard it was of it was today.
It's been like going on for 10 years.
It kind of looks like Maple Story. I don't know if you know what Maple Story is, but
The guy who does the graphic, that's the great thing about it. Sorry. Someone's asking me which channel I want for sports.
it's like got a cool steampunk kind of style.
But the guy who does the graphics, like I can link you guys the his Twitter.
Uh huh.
Like a while back, he did some mock-ups of if I were to redo this, like that's what I'd do, and his drawings are like pretty solid. I need to find him again. Snake something. Snake Pixel.
So what's your music gonna be, Chris?
I don't know. I was thinking about something from Jet Set Radio actually, because that would be topical. But I'll add it later.
You guys know the difference between Jet Set and Jet Grind Radio?
No.
The country in which it was released.
Yeah. Darn it! I was gonna tell you during the review.
You can still tell us. I'll act surprised.
Yeah.
I actually want you to make sure to do that. We'll act surprised. All right, let's come back so we can talk about that stuff.
We will.
Excuse me. All right.
Is my Twitter picture showing for you guys? Or am I like undisclosed?
No, you're there. Your little cat face.
Okay. All right. Go ahead, Alex.
All right. That was whatever Chris wants it to be. And
Yeah.
we'll be back here. We're back talking for the next 14 minutes about Jet Set Radio. A little side note, it was Jet Grind Radio when it was first on the Dreamcast back in the 90s. But it was Jet Set Radio in Japan, but they're the same game. But the HD remaster that came out a couple years ago is Jet Set Radio, but it's the same game that was on the Dreamcast. So
That's the
we
only
played Jet Set
difference?
Radio. That's it.
Wow. Cool.
We played Jet Set Radio. John may have played Jet Grind Radio.
Doki Panic.
Doki Doki Panic Radio.
Doki Doki Panic Radio.
So, Chris, since you picked this game, why don't you give us a lowdown on what it's all about?
I couldn't really tell you. I didn't play.
Wait. You picked this game?
He picked this game.
I know. I did. I'm sorry. Yeah, so I picked Jet Set Radio because I got it for free back when Sega was doing something and they were giving out Steam keys, and I got that, and I got like Golden Axe or something for free. And it's cool. I've always had an appreciation for it, but I never had played it. But I always liked the aesthetics and the cel-shaded graphics and stuff. But you are a 1990s roller skating gang member with spray paint, and your objective is to go around and vandalize the city while people shoot you with missiles for spray painting the walls. Which is crazy, because why would they spray paint the walls when they could just go and paint pictures on paper?
You can spray paint the cars too, and some of the
people.
buses.
You can spray paint people too, right?
Not in the section I played.
So yeah, I wouldn't know, because I played the game for about 14 minutes, and that's 2 play sessions. So that's 2 play sessions at 14 minutes, so that's about 7 minutes apiece.
Well, why don't you tell the audience what system you played it on?
I played it on PC, and it was a totally legitimate copy of the game. I didn't obtain it via any other means. So totally legit. I think it was the HD remaster. It looked really good. Those graphics age really well, in my opinion. So even though it's a game from 2000, from 16 years ago, it doesn't really, I mean, it looks dated, obviously, but it doesn't look bad in any way.
I thought the models looked kind of dated more than that was
You
the
think?
most dated thing. Yeah.
The faces looked pretty dated, I think, but I don't know, your character you see from behind for the most part, so the faces didn't really bother
Oh yeah,
me.
but the intro, you see some of the cars and buildings
that's
and
true.
stuff.
Yeah. And the DJ looks kind of weird with his like weird glasses and stuff. But yeah, so I didn't get past the tutorial. And I'm gonna blame it on two things. So I had no time to play anything really, and the time I did have, unfortunately, I was playing Overwatch and some Eternal Darkness.
Mhm.
And the other part of it is that for some reason, even though my Xbox controller works on other PC games, it didn't work on Jet Set Radio. So I had to use the keyboard controls.
Does
But-
it say that it works? Does the game support a
Okay, so yes and no. Does it?
I played it with an Xbox controller.
Well, you played it on a PC?
Yeah, Steam version.
Oh, okay. I had the Steam version too. So I couldn't get mine to recognize the controller. And I thought it was weird because there's no, like, when you go to the menu and try to look at the controls, there's no like keyboard layout. It just gives you the controller layout. And so I had to kind of figure out how to do different things. And I got stuck when I was trying to spray paint something. It would not let me do it. So I could run around, I could grind on things and jump and move around, and that was fine, but I could not figure out how to actually spray paint things. But yeah. So I played Jet Grind Radio Future on the Xbox when it came out. That was like the first game I played on Xbox, and it was amazing. But yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think of this one?
Alex?
Hold on. I went in not expecting to like it because I played a little bit before and thought it had wonky controls and I just didn't get it. But I went through all the tutorials, kind of got a hang of it, and I played through the first level, which is all that's in the demo on the PlayStation 3 version I played. I do own the game, but it's a weird situation where it's on for Windows and I don't my Windows partition isn't set up with the internet, so I couldn't really download it. So yeah, I have it on Steam for Windows, but I just decided to download the demo because I wanted to play with the controller. But once I got a hang of it, I enjoyed it. The controls, like I said, have something to get used to. The basic gist is you skate around a little self-contained area. much smaller than say a Tony Hawk level,
Mhm.
maybe half the size.
Mhm.
And the goal is to spray paint a fixed amount of landmarks. There was buses and cars and walls, and you had to spray paint all of them. And about 20-30 seconds in, the cops come in, and you have to avoid the cops. And then about a minute or two, crazy guy with this long gun comes in and starts shooting at you. So,
And then even later,
I didn't get that. That's as far as I got was
on
that
the
level.
other stages, there's a SWAT team
There's a SWAT team.
with tear gas.
They really don't want you spray painting things.
They really don't want you spray painting thing, and you're painting over people that are trying to mark your territory, but they don't get bothered by the cops.
Well, I like the comical, like the cops were presented very silly. I think they were literally like beating their what are those things called? Billy clubs under their hands.
Mhm.
They were doing and saying hup 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 hup. It was pretty funny. And just the guy with the gun was pretty funny. But the hardest part was the wall graffiti, because it'll tell you that you have to push the
Analog stick.
analog stick in a certain direction,
Uh-huh.
and it'll look like it's a half turn, but it's really a whole turn.
Yeah. I kind of get what you're saying. I
yeah,
really have a hard time with the graffitis, but then I kind of understood what they wanted to go with.
Yeah,
It became like way easier.
like it'll say down arrow, and you push the analog stick down. It'll say half a turn to the left, and it looks like you're just supposed to rotate it on the right side, but they really want you to go all the way around.
Oh.
But
And
they
then there's a
don't
full.
really want you to go all the way around.
They want you to go more than half.
But
because I couldn't get it to. What?
Go ahead.
I couldn't get it to accept it unless I went more than half.
Yeah. The when I started having less trouble with it, I understood that they really don't want you to stop anywhere in the movement, which kind of makes sense, but you really have to guess. So when you never let go of the analog stick and just do the motion that are on screen, it's way easier than that. So when they ask you to do, like at the end of graffiti, they want to do like 2 full circles. Just do 2 full circles and never stopping to really define, this is the first circle, this is the second circle. So it gets kind of better, I guess. You get used to it when you're not bothered by the cops and the SWAT team and the guy with the gun. Kind of reminds me of, but I did have a hard time, and it reminds me of Okami, because you have to do this kind of stuff in Okami too, like just a drawing. With in Okami, I have the Wii version, so it's even worse because it's the motion controls.
Yeah.
So it's not really as responsive. But these kind of stuff are they're kind of hard to do and to integrate into a game.
Yeah.
It's like a really unnecessary, like, how do you call them, QuickTime event.
Yeah, it could have just been a button press with more emphasis on skating. You know?
I liked grinding on things. I think grinding is like the best mechanic, like Tony Hawk and Sonic Adventure and Overwatch, you can do it. And so I did enjoy that. But could you fall off of a grind?
Yeah, that's kind of one of the hardest things.
You can fall off the end
afterwards. Yeah, but like you fall off in the exact direction of the grind.
Okay, yeah, because
I
thought there was a new
like laterally from like to go over 2 grinds laterally, and that just doesn't work.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I guess I was expecting that mechanic to work kind of like the Tony Hawk, where you would be on the grind, then you'd have to balance yourself while you're on the grind. But you're just on it until you leapt off.
Right.
Yeah, so Hunter said that he thinks that Jet Grind Radio, Jet Set Radio was just one of those things to show off how edgy and odd the Dreamcast was. And
Yeah.
I agree. It's kind of in the same vein as like Space Channel 5 and Samba de Amigo and stuff like that, and just weird Sega games.
Well, it's go ahead, John.
I was gonna say it's the kind of edgy that we're getting tired of because so many people like repeated that afterwards. So I think it looks worse now because we've seen so much. Kind of like I was talking like with Little Inferno, the 50s dystopia vibe.
Yeah.
Like it seems every like rebellion city stuff is always police is oppressing, but they are ridiculous and stupid, and you just draw stuff and it's always about colors on walls and skateboards and rollerblades all the time. So
put yourself in the shoes of the late '90s. How many games are like this?
yeah, but that's what I'm thinking. And games afterwards like kind of continued that. And I don't know if it's just that game that gave me that vibe, but I feel like the overly '90s choke vibe is kind of dying.
Yeah.
Like I felt it was this kind of overly '90s thing was kind of funnier like a couple of years ago. I don't know why.
Yeah.
But my point is, it's a '90s game.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is, but it's like an overly '90s game. I mean, you can get a '90s feel without going all the way. I mean, Tony Hawk still feels like a '90s game. It's not.
But you mean it hasn't aged as bad? Is that what you're saying?
It's not as much as '90s in your face.
I actually liked that. I don't know. Maybe I'm still. I like when people kind of go over the top with some of the decade nostalgia stuff, like when you have that really heavy '80s inspired video game or TV show or something like that. I think those are that is still pretty okay with me. I liked this one. I thought it was pretty well done. It was definitely over the top and like a love letter to the 1990s for sure. But I thought that they did it pretty good. And if you think about when it came out, yeah, since then we've had a lot of those types of games. But I think when it came out, they kind of set a precedent with that.
Yeah, but I feel like the place where I kind of quit and left off on that vine was just the dancing of the characters. Like that really bad breakdancing animations.
Yeah, those are pretty bad.
And the fact that like, the guys do like the big breakdancing stuff, but the girls, they just like move their arms around really badly.
Mm-hmm.
And that was your dance. That's it.
Yeah.
That's a dance.
So speaking of dancing, what do you guys think of the music? Because that's one of the things that people always look to when they're talking about Jet Set Radio is the soundtrack.
It's
really
kind of repetitive.
Yeah.
Oh.
I love that. It really feels repetitive.
Yeah.
Well, how long did you play?
I played for like check my Steam account. You'll see. I won't open it because I'm gonna drop off again.
Yeah.
I think I played like an hour and a
I got
half,
this.
2 hours.
And
maybe.
it seemed repetitive at an hour and a half, 2 hours. So I listened to the soundtrack.
Yeah.
I listened to the soundtrack on the way home from work. The entire soundtrack for the whole game is only an hour long. Which
That's about how long I played the game.
Yeah.
But
So
like,
I'm assuming they repeat a lot of those tracks.
a stage is like what, 600 seconds?
That sounds right.
10
Yeah.
minutes?
10 minutes, okay.
10 freaking minutes of like the same song over and over.
Oh, so they just take like one song and loop it. It doesn't necessarily like go through.
They may be
different songs?
like one or two, but not much more than that.
Gotcha.
But when you
Okay.
move to other stages, they really like do move the music.
Yeah. Okay. So maybe during I don't know, listening to the soundtrack on my way home when it was not being looped over and over, it was actually a really good soundtrack. I liked it a lot. It was kind of this cool, funky hip hop, techno stuff, which was neat.
Well, it's a good soundtrack. Like they have a remix of like "Jump," "Everybody Jump" or whatever that song is.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's not bad, and I kind of enjoy it. It just feels so repetitive, so fast.
Yeah.
That's the main problem I had. So.
Okay.
Well, it's not the main problem I had with the game. I had a lot of other problems with the game.
What are your problems, John? Come on. Bring
The
them out.
controls are like decent. I really don't feel like I'm in control of that old rollerblading thing. I kept jumping like and skewing to the right or the left.
Mm-hmm.
Never really like hitting the first time you want to hit the grind. It's kind of hard just grabbing that rail for the first time. It feels like way harder than it should with technically what are rollerblades with magnetic stuff or something. I don't know what they are. And the stages are really small. Like one of the tutorial mission you have is like following this guy who kind of grabs the back of a car without never really explaining how to grab the back of a car, but that's my problem. I didn't read the manual. But like you do this in this stage and you can move, like you move with the car for about like 20 seconds, but it's the only stage that feels this big. Like all the other stage, it doesn't really help. The cars are just like obstacles, but like the cops are obstacles. When they shoot the tear gas, they shoot the tear gas and you just like slow down when you get hit by the tear gas. And when the cops start running after you, you need to go and hide. All of these stuff are for the sake of losing time. I don't know. It kind of feels more like it doesn't feel like this rollerblading game with tricks at the same point. Like he has a second point. It's just like it almost feels like ski free at some point. Like you have fun in the first 2 minutes, and then there's no chance that you're not going to get bothered for the rest of the way.
Huh.
Okay, John played for 1.5 hours.
What about you, Alex? What was your total play time?
About an hour, but there was a couple of parts where I got stuck.
Okay. And I played for 14 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
You did? I didn't know that.
Yeah. But it's good. I would tell people to play it. It's fun. I like the graphics. I like cell shading.
I kind of hope there's a better game than this out there. Like, I kind of want to tell people, like, don't waste your time on Jet Set Radio. Like, separately play Okami and then Tony Hawk. Like, two games that have nothing to do with anything, but combine the main mechanics. And, like, Tony Hawk, Okami, and, like, Grand Theft Auto if you want to play one with some...
Oh, no, Need for Speed, Hot Pursuit.
Yeah, something like that. Somewhere where, like, the cops are not just, like, freaking obstacles for you and you can do something about them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I know this is tired at this point, but Overwatch has a character named Lucio that looks exactly like a character that would be in Jet Set Radio, and he has like fancy rollerblades and he can grind on walls and stuff. And that's probably the main reason that I wanted to play Jet Set Radio in the first place, is because I like that Overwatch character.
Cool. Eric Hunter said that your opinion doesn't count because you only played for 14 minutes, Chris.
Fair enough, but I did watch a YouTube video about it, and I did listen to the soundtrack.
He also said, just play Tony Hawk's Pro Skater for the Dreamcast. It's better